Oh, what is going on, people? Hope everybody's doing awesome. I forgot the one thing I went inside to grab when I went in there, so give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta go grab what I left. Hold on. Okay, thank you for waiting. Totally forgot what I went in the first place. So this is our giveaway live. So make sure, please, that you have done that giveaway video, and make sure you're entered. Projectiles are sharp. Altriano, Marco, Caleb, Connie, Kelly. What's going on, guys? Super nice to see you in here. Again, make sure you do have that entry video in. It is the video on our YouTube marked giveaway entry video. So make sure you go to that. Mo, what's going on? Greg, Chop Shop, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Marco, I saw you in here earlier. What's going on? Jason Beecher, what's up? Nice to see you in here. Anyway, so it has been a little busy. Squat Shot, what's going on? Again, make sure you guys entered into the giveaway video because that's where the comments are going to be picking from. Thank you, Marco. Appreciate you. You go to that link, Altriano, and you should find it. Anyway, wanted to just say, thank you for all our supporters. Brian White, what's going on? Thank you for everybody who's been here. It has been a whirlwind, starting in Cerakote, doing that for 3 years, and then kind of getting into this knife making thing, and then still doing Cerakote. So yes, we still do Cerakote. I just finished some Cerakoting some golf putters for somebody. So, I'm not really a big golfer, but hey, if it's what they like, it's what they like, right? But I did kind of want to also show you Ginger Fisher 75. What's up? Again, make sure you guys have entered that video. You have to be 18 or older. That's a must. You have to be 18 or older. You have to be in the U.S. and you have to be sub to our channel. And then you have to leave a comment on that video, of course. But anyway, wanted to kind of show you guys where this whole venture with the Crusader started. So as you guys know, it's one of our knives is the Crusaders. It's one of my favorites. Took a lot of time and put a lot of thought into it when I did it. And, to be honest, it took a while. So the video that you're entering to win, you're actually entering to win our Halloween Crusader. This is our Halloween Crusader. This is 1095 Cerakoted, gold shredded carbon fiber grips. Does have a lanyard. Does have a titanium bead. It really is. It's such a chunky little knife. Get your little pumpkin on that side. So this is what you are entering to win, basically. But I wanted to show you where the actual Crusader started. So this little guy actually started here. So this derived from this. This is our first model, our first prototype, our first make. It had stuff we changed. Hi, Maddie. It had stuff we changed, had stuff we altered. If you notice, this is a lot more sleek and more forward. The thumb grip is more protruding. Also, on this one, you have 3-finger grooves. 3-finger grooves didn't work. So we took this in our concept and we designed it into this. So as you can see, they are quite different. This one is just mine forever because it was the first Crusader we did. It was where the idea derived. Whereas this guy is, this guy's our latest. I did go kind of nutso with the jibbing. So you have a forward finger jibbing, you have a middle finger jibbing, and then you have a thumb jibbing here too. And if you look actually on this guy, there's no jibbing. So our prototypes start out West Country Mudlarks, what's going on? This guy starts out as just a piece of steel. That's all it is literally a piece of steel. And we derive our ideas and keep refining them into something else. And we're always refining. Always refining into something different, something better, something more unique. This actually, when I first started out with the Crusader, it was going to be a neck knife. So, not to say it couldn't, but it is a little bit big for a neck knife. But yeah, so this guy, you do have that gold shredded carbon fiber, which I do love. You do have a nice little finger groove in here. You do have it's a really nice forward weighted knife. I do like this. And then I did actually, these beads are handmade from the leftover scale material. And then this bead is actually a burnt titanium bead that I purchased myself. But other than that, I always tell everybody the screws and the bead, that's what we didn't make. So everything else is done by us. Cerakoted by us, sharpened by us, everything by us. And this guy will come with a leather holster. Once you snap it, it does fit in there pretty well. So I do like how it protects the handle. It's very comfortable. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Al. It is very comfortable. And we do put a serious amount of time and effort and thought into every one of these. And we do make all of them ourselves. So to be honest, the table I'm sitting at right now is in our shop, and it's also the table that's covered in metal shavings. So pretty sure it got one on my finger. But you know what? Where's Hunter been? I don't know. He's been around. I know he's been busy, though. So he's been doing other things. Also, you have to be here. If we draw your name later on in the live, if we draw your name and you're not here, we will redraw. So that is something. I'm just going to tell you that. Also, Kelly, I did finish the knife I'm going to send you to check out today. Literally finished it today. Yes, it is definitely a hazard of the business, Kelly. So I did want to tell you, Kelly, currently I am out of the exact leather sheaths that fit the plague, but I do have a leather sheath that I'm utilizing to send it to you in, just so it doesn't come out in shipping. This is also one of ours. This is the plague. We did redesign this a little bit. We added some things, took away some things, changed some things. Thank you, Caleb. This actually is an acrylic marbled handle. So this is one of our very interesting blade patterns. So you do have the black cherry and speckle. You do have your finger groove here. You have 2 jibbing spots. Oh, no, Kelly, it's fine. It'll come to you that way, so it's decent. One thing I did love about this marbled acrylic is it is see-through. It is kind of a harpoon style, Al. It is see-through, so you can actually see the design underneath the scales. Now, we did whittle down the scales quite a bit. One of the things I had got back was that the scales are a little beefy. So we did whittle them slightly, if you can see. So it is a much lower profile. Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate you. It is a much lower profile. It is very comfortable in the hand, depending on how you want to hold it. We made this so you can hold it here, you can hold it here, here, or here. This gives you a lot more control over what you're doing. A lot more control. So when you put your finger in here, you have a lot more control over this knife. It is very sharp. So please be careful, Kelly. I did run this through a 5,000 belt. Hey, big movie fan. A 5,000 grit belt, so it is very sharp and polished and ready to cut stuff. Also, the lanyard we did, we put one of our metal weighted beads on here. We also put one of our handmade beads on here. So these are handmade beads we actually make with the leftover G10 material that we utilize on some of our knives, and then form them together and put them on. So just something for you to all around check out, Kelly. And you can see what Cerakote looks like. Oh, thanks, Jesse. Well, welcome anyway. Yeah, I hear you, Kelly. So one thing you learn when you are making knives is the oopsies are prevalent, especially if they're sharp. So, and plus my hands have been ungodly dry lately. So it's been fun, but yeah, it is very sharp, and I do think it's cool that you get to be able to look at Cerakote for the first time. Hey, Shay, what's going on, man? You know what, Big Movie? A lot of the notifications haven't been going off, and they haven't been going off for me either with a lot of other people's. So I'm not sure, but you know, it happens. It's not a big deal, but I am really looking forward to getting this out to you, Kelly. So you can check that out. It is really pretty. So I always tell people the camera doesn't do Cerakote justice. You'll know what I mean when you get it. The camera doesn't do Cerakote justice at all. It's much brighter than it's appearing. It looks kind of dull and dark. Much brighter than it's appearing in real life, I promise you. But that is our plague. Again, guys, all of our knives are on our website. Jesse, that would be very expensive, homie. I'm not going to lie. And that's just because with Cerakote, you have to degrease, sandblast, the whole 9 yards. So it's very expensive if you want your entire vehicle done. But thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. Again, guys, tonight is our Halloween giveaway. So you will be, if you go up in the comments, I believe Marco, my buddy Marco there, put the link to the video in. You have to put a comment on there. You have to be 18 or older. You have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to be present during the live, during the drawing, and you have to be subbed to the channel. That way we can get it to you. No, it's okay. But look, Big Movie, you know. Oh, Kelly, you're fine. Thank you, Marco. I really appreciate you, man. If, you know, actually there's some people in here I do need to give wrenches. Yes, there is on our website. You can find all of our knives, all of our stuff we do. If you have any questions or you want to do Cerakote on something, you can send us that as well. We are, first and foremost, we are a Cerakote company. So just letting you guys know that. So we did not stop doing Cerakote by any means. All right, here we are. Let me do some stuff here. There we go. Got you. And where are you at? There it is. And there it is. Sorry, guys. I am doing this real quick for the channel here. Some of the people I can't believe didn't have it on there. Anyway. Yeah. Even Cerakote slingshot frames. Imagine that. Yeah, I have done some slingshot frames for Squatch. They turned out awesome. So I'm really proud he liked them. Yeah, I don't catch all the lives either. I'll be honest, guys. I try. But sometimes when people have their lives, I'm at the day job or sometimes I'm in the shop. And it's really hard to hear your notifications going off when you got a bell sander going. So it is, I do try to catch people. Really do. Rolf, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you here. Yes, that is right. Caleb did do a review of our plague. So you can check that out as well. Maddie, yes, I have done shovels. I've done shovels. I've Cerakoted shovels, obviously knives, parts for pews. I've Cerakoted tumblers. I've Cerakoted automotive parts. I've Cerakoted aerospace parts. I've Cerakoted magnets, magnet covers, if you will. So it's definitely been interesting being able to see some of the stuff and do some of the stuff. Some of the parts I got, I never thought I was going to get. And doing parts on a Porsche were interesting. I used to do Porsche parts for a company here in town. And handling those was pretty extravagant. I never thought I'd be able to get to handle those. But I did. I know, Squatch. I don't know why the notifications haven't been working lately. For a lot of people that go live, mine hasn't been working either. Like when I sign up for notifications, I don't know what's going on with that, but it definitely is odd. But appreciate you being here, Squatch. We got love for you, brother. Nice to have you here. And hoping he can sort of say my thoughts. I saw someone on Facebook looking for someone that does Cerakote, and I tagged you in a post. Oh no, I appreciate that, Sean. Thank you. Anybody that recommends this, I appreciate you. Definitely, 100%. We are a small business. We're not some huge conglomerate by any means. But we have fun doing it, and we have fun creating things, and we have fun doing things. And I put a lot of heart and time into what I do. And everything I do, I give it my all. So I appreciate you very much for doing that. You guys are awesome. The guys that are here, the guys that, have been here and kind of prolong the way of our path. We appreciate it very much. It's been a good time. It's been a good time, guys. It really has. Also, I want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of something that is seriously very, and I am going to exaggerate that, very early prototyping, very early. We 3D printed the model today, the rendering model. So this is something we are considering venturing into. So yes, this is a 3D printed model of something I designed. It's something I'm playing with. So like I said, very early stages. Okay. Can't stress that enough. So don't ask when it's available because I don't know. But we are playing with it, designing it, rendering it up. So this will be hopefully one day BC's first flipper. You do have your groove here for your finger flick. You have the thumb studs that are going to be mounted here, as well as you're going to have the side flipper here or the back flipper here. So it's something we're pondering. Also, you have a little bit of a dip here, a little bit of a recess here, for any time you need to lay your finger all the way down there. But it is something we are dabbling in. But hopefully one day it will come to fruition, and I'll be able to send this to some people. But it is something we're looking into. This is something I designed in CAD and then 3D printed. That's how I do all my models, to make sure they feel good in the hand before I even start doing anything with them. So, it's one of those things I'm looking into. I have started grinding some ADCRV. And yeah, I appreciate that, Kelly. I really do, because it's a whole new world when you talk about that stuff. It really is. And then I have started tracing out some scales. So we'll see how this pans out. This is aluminum. And then obviously the blade is steel, but it's something we're definitely pondering with. Been playing with it, with the idea for a while. Hey, Kane, nice to see you. Not sure what I'm going to make the steel out of yet. I know there's been a lot of talk, and attention to detail, I bet. Well, I appreciate that, Caleb. You have handled a lot of my knives, so I do appreciate that. We do try our best to pay attention to detail. Even with the Cerakote, we do what we can. But I know there's been some talk about like different steels, things like that. It really does, Brian. Thank you. That's yeah, it really does. Printing that out to see what it's like before you put it in metal saves so much time. So at least the concept's going to work. But I'm not sure what steel I would do that out of yet. I know there are people that love their Magna Cut, that love their cold steel, that love their crew wear, that love their anything and everything. And I know almost all of our knives are 1095. I like 1095. I'm not going to lie. I will tell you guys that Cerakote on 1095, you kind of want the plastic one, Greg? Okay, well, when we get the real one done, I'll send you the plastic one. Cerakote is extremely, I can't say this enough, Cerakote excels in a lot of things, but one of the things it excels best in is corrosion. It resists corrosion like it's its job. So, which technically it is. But when you put Cerakote on 1095, it rust proofs that blade. Now, obviously, you're always going to have a little bit of an exposed edge because you have to sharpen your knife. But with me, 1095 has always stayed tried and true. And if it wasn't for the weather issue, I feel like a lot of people would be using 1095 more, because it is good to have a carbon-based steel. It's just the weather issue. the weather resistance issue that's the problem. I know people like MagnaCut and oh, thanks, Big Movie. We appreciate you, man. I know people like MagnaCut and Crewware and all that fancy steel, which I have nothing against that steel. I really don't. It's just for us. I try to make prices decent for what people are going to use knives for. People who have MagnaCut are probably never going to need MagnaCut. Not saying it's a bad steel. Not saying it's a bad steel. And I'm not saying people who have it don't love it. It's a beautiful steel. I'm not saying anything bad against it. I am literally just saying when it comes to MagnaCut and some of those steels, you're never going to actually be in a situation, well, odds are you're never going to be into a situation when you need that type of steel. Not that you never will, but the odds are against it. Whereas a lot of people literally just carry a pocket knife all day and end up cutting tape or boxes or random things. But, yeah, so, and I know that's one thing you and I were talking about too, Caleb. Yeah, Kelly, exactly. We're package warriors. People use their knives and stuff to cut packages, tape, cardboard, string, anything really. And, even though MagnaCut is an amazing steel, I feel like, the price of MagnaCut, it's a little insane for people that are package warriors. If I get one bar of MagnaCut and that one bar is going to be over $100, it's like, are you going to need that MagnaCut? If you are, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against working in MagnaCut. It's just, I don't think you as a person are actually ever going to need it. Not to say you won't, but most people, like myself, I carry a pocket knife every day. But I've never ran into a situation yet where I need an extremely heavy duty steel. But plastic that is wrapped around. I said, yeah. See? So, Jason, don't get me wrong. If your situation calls for it, your situation calls for it. And that's absolutely fine. I'm just saying that a lot of people who do use it probably don't need it. Cutting lots of plastic. Yeah, so see if it's something acidic, that might be nice. So it might be something you need. And by all means, if that's what you need, it's what you need. It's the right tool for the job. I think, in essence, what I'm trying to get to is if I need to hammer in a nail, I'm not going to grab a jackhammer. So, but if you need a jackhammer, you need a jackhammer. So by all means, yeah, there's nothing against it in my mind. It's just on our website, because these are handmade. They do take a lot of time. They do take a lot of effort, because you got to remember, even after we're done grinding, treating, shaping, even after all that, then we have Cerakote. So all of our knives on our website are Cerakoted, whether it's black, multicolor, battleware, splatter, they're all Cerakoted. So it takes time and effort, but I would rather take that time and effort than charge an extra, bunch of money because it's MagnaCut. But if that's what somebody wants, it's what they want. Cerakote is completely per the user. So, if Rolf wanted, Hello Kitty on a knife, that's up to Rolf. Oh yeah, Brian, the 3D printing is amazing. I have 4 3D printers. One of them resin, and it's helped a lot in the knife making field. Being able to get these designs drawn up, catted out, printed, making sure they work right before I actually do that. Well, maybe it was a heck of a bologna sandwich, Jason. Never know. Maybe it was one of them triple deckers. Hey Mo, so we're in Indiana, so we're in the Midwest, race country, but ironically, I'm not really big into racing. Don't get me wrong, I like cars and stuff, but I'm not really big into the NASCAR and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess I've never been able to watch it. Like, I know we're home of the Indy 500. We're in the race area, but to me, I can't watch cars go around and around in circles. See, Rolf likes Hello Kitty. That's what I'm saying, guys. If Rolf likes Hello Kitty, maybe he wants some Hello Kitty on a knife. You never know. You never know. Thought you guys would like to see this too, because you're some knife junkies. My father-in-law actually gave this to me. So this was found and reclaimed, and it is nowhere near what it was when it was made. So I'm going to get that out there right now. So it was found and reclaimed, but this is a 1942 Bowie knife made by I can't remember his name. He was a famous knife maker, and he was always known for having the eagle head on the base. But this is a 1942 eagle head Bowie knife that my father-in-law had actually given me. I can't remember the guy's name. He's a Spanish knife maker, but he always did the little eagle heads on the bottom there. And I can't remember his name for the life of me, but cannot remember his name. I don't know. It'll come to me. Well, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you up in here. Hi, Maddie. Doing? Hey, Wendy. Nice to see you in here. That little bell had a lot to do with notifications. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, my bell hasn't worked in freaking months. I just see people if they're on, then I get on. My bell doesn't work for nothing, so it kind of sucks. But I still try to get on when I can, and I still try to catch people's channels and things like that when I can. I don't always, but some like to comment. Congratulations over the 5 minute. Dang, you people are blowing it up in here. Brian, see, I'm from the Midwest, Brian. We don't do hockey. We do football, but we don't do hockey. Don't hate me. But so anyway, guys, our Halloween giveaway is going to be our Halloween themed Crusader. Whoever wins this, we will drop our email. So you can send us your shipping info. Appreciate you, Squatch. Thank you. So we can get it shipped out to you. This is one of ours, made by us. It does come with a leather sheath, so you'll see it. It is Halloween themed, so you will have the spider web on one side, the gold infused marbled carbon fiber, or whatever they called it. It actually is fairly pretty. I might use that material on some other stuff too. I do like it. It feels nice in the hand too. And it's kind of heavy. That handle's kind of heavy weighted. So, but you do have a nice balance there. That is true, Jason. We do have that. And yeah, so, and then you get the pumpkin with the BC Crusader on that side. So they know it's an authentic Crusader because we don't have a Crusader like this. This jibbing is completely different. And it is sharp. So, and then also on top of that, Kelly, we will get you the one out soon as well. Caleb Broski, if I come out with anything new, you know I'll hit you up. Same with you, Weld. If I come out with anything new, you know I'll hit you up, brother. You know, I think it was Weld, and then it was Weld and then Caleb. So Weld and Caleb were our first two guys to really, you know, see our knives and say, hey, this is something unique, which I greatly appreciate that. Because, you know, look, I got into the knife making knowing that there were some high expectations and some high standards. But here's the thing, guys. I make things different. I make things unique. I make things that are out of the box. And the reason I do that is because if I don't make things out of the box like I see them, and I don't put my own spin on things, what makes them any different than any other knife out there? What makes it mine? If I make knives just like Gerber or just like Kaiser or just like CJRB, which are all great brands, but if I make knives just like them, what makes it a Berkel Cerakote knife? So, yeah, you know, some of our knives are a little wild and a little out of the box, like our Plague. I worked on that one for a while. But it is unique, it is out of the box, and it's ready to go. So, appreciate you, Caleb. I do believe I was talking to somebody the other day who, and I think I know who it was, but I'm not just going to come out and say who it was because I'm not like that. But I was talking to somebody the other day who said, you know, a lot of the flipper knives, after you review so many of them, they kind of just blend together. You know, and it's kind of, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mo. You know, these are my designs, my thoughts, you know, made digital and then put on steel. The reason I say that is because I always draw my designs in CAD first. But, you know, it's almost like reaching into my head and boom, there it is. I take it out and it's right in front of you. So for me, it is unique. And people who purchase knives from us are going to get a knife made by us. So, you know, my whole point was to try to redefine fixed blades, because everybody's seen fixed blades. Everybody's seen the, you know, the Bowies. Everybody's seen that stuff. You know, everybody's seen that stuff. You've seen, you know, Bowies and drop points and all that. Why? let's redefine the fixed blade a little bit. Let's make something unique. Let's make something different. Let's make something interesting. Let's make something new. And don't get me wrong, it's strange because I don't like every flipper knife I hold. Some I won't carry at all. No. And absolutely, Jason. Trust me, I get that. There are some flippers that I don't like. They don't feel well. They don't fit well. And that I get. And I'm not talking so much the hold. Like, for me, when I go in and I look at knives, right? There's certain styles you can tell, like, you can tell if I go in there, I'm like, oh, that's an artisan, or, that's a Spyderco, but see, like, Spyderco is a good point. So Spyderco developed their own unique, their look, their style, something you can look at and say, that's a Spyderco. I guess my point is I didn't want to be just like somebody else. So thank you, Shay. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, just developing our own design language. Exactly. I agree with that, Mo. And I'm not saying they're not by any means. So don't get me wrong by that, guys, because I've held some pocket knives before where I'm like, okay, this is just awkward or uncomfortable or too thick or bulky or big or heavy or too light. I don't like knives that are stupid light. So, I mean, everybody has their own unique of what they want. But I don't know. I guess I just wanted to shake things up and be different. If that makes sense. It's not so much that makers out there aren't doing that. I wanted to do that too. I didn't want to be like everyone else in this industry. There are a lot of different blades out there and a lot of different makers. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to go outside the box, go wild and wacky. And I do focus a lot on ergos as well, which that's one of the reasons why we 3D print our stuff, because when we 3D print our stuff, I can feel it before I make it, and see if there's anything where I'm like, okay, this needs to come down, or this is, not comfortable, or this is, too pointy, or things like that. Exactly, Jason. That's what yeah, exactly. So, like when we came out with the plague, right? So there's a guy at work that I work with during my day job he likes knives. Then I took him to the plague, and he's like, I don't know if I like that. It's a little too crazy for me, a little too out of the box, a little too wild. That's fine. Okay. I do not expect everybody to like my stuff. That's not the point. He's more of I just want a standard drop point. He just wants a standard drop point, regular handle type thing. He's not really big into the the new age stuff or the crazy stuff. For me, I see a lot of uses with this. For instance, holding it like this would give you a lot of control when you're cutting anything close quarters or skinning, even if you're skinning something. Really being able to get in there would be perfect. But he's not a hunter either. So for me, my stuff and my ideas may not correlate with his ideas. Some people have liked stuff before too that I just don't. I won a smock once. a Spyderco smock, and it was the all black variant. It was all black, and the coating on the outside of that smock, I did not like because it was so slick. It was so slick. And in my hands, I feel like even when I went to flip it open, that coating on the outside of that handle would literally just slide it in my hand. Oh, you definitely could, Al. I think that's what we're all striving for, Jason. We just don't expect to be lit up all the time, but maybe just a flicker now and then. Yeah, I think that's all you can really do these days. I mean, there's so many people out there that make cool and unique things, and I appreciate them all. Like Donnie over at Bless, for instance. Dude's got his own style, his own thing, and his knives are beautiful. Um, Aries has got his own style. His knives are beautiful. Oh, trust me, Kelly. I'm sure you flicker now and then. We all strive to flicker now and then. But we hope that whoever does win this tonight likes it and takes joy in it. Because we love seeing people happy, especially when you make something and it makes somebody happy, which is nice. That's one of the reasons I like Cerakote, is because somebody will say they want something crazy on it, and especially when they're like, well, this is what I want, do your thing, but this is what I want, and they end up loving it. That's the best feeling. That's the best feeling. It really is. Like the Joker slingshot we did, for instance. It's like, oh, I want Joker themed and haha. And we kind of took that and we ran with it. So we did a wear with purple and green and white with some red back, and it turned out great, and they loved it. But the fact that they loved it was what was awesome. So we really do strive. So well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes when I say things, I don't necessarily say them right. It takes me a second to get my point across, but yeah, I'm not. That was kind of what I was trying to say. We all have our own unique style and our own unique feels, is what I was trying to say. But also, can't hit home runs without swinging. Yeah, that is true. Shay, like the interview we had, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And what started our whole journey was just a saying, and to me it blew all out at the window. Just the fact that many people will go through life never doing what they were meant to because they didn't take that first step. They didn't take that leap of faith. And that really sealed the deal for me, man. So we got the stuff to make Cerakote. We've learned a lot, learned some stuff we didn't need, learned some stuff we do need. Got into knives, did it again. Learned some stuff we didn't need, learned some stuff we did need. But, not a bad idea, Jason. Not everybody but there's a lot of people that suck more every day. So I get it. I get it. But here's what we're going to do, guys. I am going to recollect the comments. And I have the same amount of comments. So if you are interested, please make sure you go on there and do that. Yeah, it was fun, Shane. I appreciate it. It was. Make sure you go on there and comment, because we're going to get ready to run this and see who wins it. And hopefully, whoever gets it is very happy with it. So that is, let me make sure it's the right video here. All right. Yep. Okay. Still getting the comments. Why did I have that? This thing's driving me nuts, guys. Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to. Okay. Okay. So, one more time, guys. This is what you have a chance of winning. So, we're going to roll this. We're going to see who wins this. Hopefully, whoever wins it enjoys it. It feels really good. So, hopefully, it's enjoyed. And we are going to do the collect one more time just to make sure we have them all. And see who wins it. Get rid of my face on my screen here. Okay. Oh, can you see where can we see here? I'm gonna turn my brightness down. That way you guys can see it. Let's turn the brightness down. All right. So good luck, everyone. D. Letterman is Dwayne here. Letterman. Is Letterman here? If D isn't here, I'm going to have to re-roll. I'm giving it a second because it sucks, but all right. Going once. Going twice. Dwayne. Okie dokie. We're going to roll again. I'm going to do the comments again one more time just to make sure. All right. Hold on. Is that okay? No, get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. 9, 10. There we go. Okay. Let's roll again. Hey, David. Hey, everybody. Mutt Stumbo? Is Mutt Stumbo here? I haven't seen him either. Oh, there you are, Mutt. All right. So, make sure you, as long as you are 18, in the U.S. and everything's good, make sure you send us an email. I'll put that in here. Yes, must be 18 or older. So that is our email. Make sure you shoot us an email. We will need your address and everything like that. And so make sure you shoot us an email and we'll get this shipped out to you. Yeah, we just have to make sure. There has been instances where people have given away things and somebody said they were 18 and they weren't 18, and then YouTube got involved and it was a big thing. Not me, but somebody I know. So it was a thing. Yeah, also all of our stuff is available at burklecirca.com. So if you guys are interested, we do greatly appreciate you guys coming out. It's a hell of a knife. So I hope you enjoy it. It's a hell of a little thing. So make sure, if you guys are interested, keep looking, keep watching. We're going to keep coming up with stuff. You're more than welcome, Marco. We're going to keep coming up with stuff. We're going to keep doing new designs. So make sure, keep watching out and, support each other and what everybody wants to do. And, like I said, if you are interested, you can check out our website. So there's more of the stuff on there. So I hope everybody has a amazing night, and we'll get that out to you, Kelly. We'll get this out to you at Stumbo. And it was really great seeing everybody here, having everyone here. So absolutely, Jason. Anytime, brother. Will do, Mo. Yes, everybody have a great night. And I think I'm going to go spend some time with the missus. Thank you, Molan. Appreciate that. We appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for stopping by Burkle Circa. Thanks for entering our Halloween giveaway. And we'll do, Maddie. And yeah, happy Halloween, y'all.